Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Change.
Oh, I was like,
Once
hey,
a
did you put
criminal,
us up on there?
always a criminal. I don't know if this was a clerical
Yes, I
error in
did.
our judicial system, but there is
I
no way
did
this man
a
is
stream with
his
Tyler,
dues
and I forgot to
repent for the
record
damage
it
he's
as we were
Oh,
streaming.
dang.
But lucky
And
for
these
us,
attractions at your own risk. And
Twitch
while we're at it,
saves
I'll
your
take you to other costume criminals that
streams
belong in
for
prison
like
with
2
them.
weeks.
Oh,
You
yeah?
can
And
download
for
it
another
from
podcast.
Twitch.
Oh, interesting.
That was good.
That is good.
Now it, doesn't stay up there forever, so you got to get it when the getting's good. But
yeah.
I was able to get there, so I'm happy that that did happen.
It's nighttime.
It is nighttime.
Has it been nighttime before?
Probably. Continuing the story of our favorite web slinger
Have you played?
and Miles Morales. Haha, get it? Joke.
Oh,
I actually don't mind Miles Morales, but
back to the movie.
I do feel that Spider-Man is still, Peter Parker is still the real
You
Spider-Man.
okay?
Yeah.
Come on. Let's see what else this thing can do.
Yeah, so we just figured out that he has something.
Yeah.
I mean, we know it as Venom and the
Yeah.
symbiote, but they don't.
What are you doing?
And he doesn't even
Science,
know
buddy.
that it's been there
Doing
this whole
science.
time. So
I see.
So,
Dry erase marker?
Spider-Man, you told MJ, but not your best friend?
yeah, because me and MJ do marital things.
wanted
Okay, it's a little different.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Nah, I would be pissed too. If you were Spider-Man and you didn't tell me you were Spider-Man, I'd be pretty miffed about it. I'd be like, bro,
Who would you
you
tell?
tell me, I tell you. I'd be like, bro, guess what? And I would be like, and like I would just like do stuff in your house.
Yeah.
Like, watch this.
Yeah, would you tell people?
Because why? Certain people, sure. Because like, why have it in my? So this is how my mind works, right?
It's gonna be
Yeah.
I completely understand why superheroes do it. Like Batman talks about it, it's like your mask is a protection not for you, but for the people that you love. Okay, cool, great. Not too unreasonable. But why have power and why have these abilities without the people that you care about?
Right.
Right? I would just be like, look, this is the thing, right? So I would just give you a choice to be like, look, I just showed you what I am. I've showed you this thing. If you think it's unsafe to be friends, I guess we won't be friends anymore. But I wanted to give you the chance
Yeah.
to make that choice for yourself. And we would go about knowing that, hey, we might,
What the hell happened here?
something might happen to you.
Yeah.
And we would both have to live with it, right?
Yeah. That's a big burden.
Right? And it would be a big burden. It would suck, but I don't know. I feel like truth is just more important, I guess.
So yeah, would you?
off?
Would it just be easier to be like Iron Man, like Tony Stark, and just be like, yeah, I'm Iron Man?
I don't know if I would do it as far as Iron Man, but maybe. I would probably do it halfway where it's like I would tell you, I would obviously tell Britt. My kids, when they got old enough, I would tell them, so it'd be like something to explain to them later.
Yeah.
But it's true. I would probably have to do a really, really, really good job
Happening so fast.
of
I mean,
being careful. So like,
yeah.
if something happened, it's like, okay, we gotta move because people know who I am and we've gotta
Yeah.
move.
So
And then
yeah,
I
I
would lay
mean,
low and like, so it'd be hard. It's not like it wouldn't be easy.
Say you are Spider-Man, you know, here in Kearns, Utah. What would you do, and what would be your responsibilities? Would you be a hero like this? Would you be going around? Because you'd have to have a day job, right? Because unlike Tony Stark's different. He can tell everybody
Because that
he
is what he is. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
massively wealthy,
True. Right.
so he doesn't, you know.
That's true. That is very true. I would try and do stuff like I would try and do my best to actually like go forward with the the plan, I guess, of like, okay, I'm now this thing and I'm gonna, like Spider-Man does. Great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
And I would just take on that mantle and I'd be like, hey, off we go. Because why live with that much power either if you're not going to use it, I guess? And it's like, but look, I'd be different because I'd be sneaking into countries and overthrowing governments that I thought were evil. I'm not gonna lie, like North Korea.
Yeah, but,
I would be the biggest problem for the
yeah, but
North
just say
Korean
that. But
government.
would you tell your family, hey, I'm gonna go to North Korea to like topple?
I guess,
Kim
yeah,
Jong-un?
yeah. I mean, and obviously that you make very valid points, but
That sounds good in theory, but I mean that's a big ask for somebody to take on, even if you thought that you wouldn't die.
sure.
You know,
But
And
you
then-
know, we ask servicemen to do. I mean, not topple governments, maybe, but I guess we have.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You know what we did to Saddam Hussein, right?
yeah, I mean,
It's like, and I'd be Spider-Man, right?
yeah. Or
I don't know. It's just I think it's interesting because I know the idea that like people like bristle, like, well, we like a new world order is kind of like gross and yucky to think about, but it's like, if there really were superheroes, there would be a new world order, guys. Like in like the DC universe, it's like, and guess who would be our like kings and queens and presidents and like it would that I think that would naturally happen. And it's like you could try your best, I guess, to not let it happen, but it's like
yeah, I mean,
it would happen.
yeah,
Like it would
yeah, would
it would
super-
absolutely happen.
If they would, do they have the moral capabilities and compunction to not become that?
Right. Well, and that's always like that was like the whole thing about like Civil War, right? Was it was like Tony wanted more responsibility, even though he always wanted his freedom, and that was a part of him. But then I think he realized that like it was coming at a great cost, and then
Yeah.
Iron, so then he kind of went a weird direction, where it's like, yeah, I actually think it's the right thing to do this
Yeah.
and be held by the government. But then I don't think Captain America was wrong, because he was like, but the government is corrupt and evil. So how do we let a government tell us what to do when we know that they're not going to do what's right? And so it's like both of those things are true. And honestly, if you had these godlike powers, you would essentially become de facto gods of that world. Even if you still believed in, like we being Christian.
Yeah.
Because like Captain America still believed in God. But he was like, but it's like, no, you were, it's like Asgard. Like they were gods. The Asgardians were,
Yeah.
they even themselves, I think, were all a race essentially of gods, but at the same time, Loki and Thor were gods.
Yeah.
And they ruled as leaders, as gods. Essentially kind of what Kim Jong-un does in his country.
Right.
That's how he rules, and it's like, well, something needs to change on that one. And Governor would be the one to make that happen. Or try.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I can see it's the same reason why in No Way Home that Spider-Man decides to not tell his friends at the end, right? And he's like, because they were going to, and they were like, you better tell us. And then he made the decision for them that he wasn't.
Yeah.
Spider stuff.
And it's like, yeah,
Hey,
Gotcha.
hello to you as well.
hello.
Hello.
I wanted to get a candid shot.
Well,
I
you're
want
not
to
gonna
be
get a
real
camera. shot.
photojournalist, you know?
Oh, gosh.
Document the city as it is. Like this photo captured by Peter Parker. That was his first cover photo way back in the
It's a
day.
little different because
Oh, wow. Can't believe you have this.
so
First cover.
good.
I think I actually remember when he took that.
Sorry.
Good flashback. Oh, good. No, it's Peter
Mr.
Parker
Jameson?
Simulator.
It's Peter Parker. I called about selling you some photos. See, my uncle just passed and our mortgage is due, and
Parker, I didn't ask for your life story.
sorry.
I'm sitting outside the
Oh,
finishing my
Jameson,
coffee.
you're such a
You can get
you're
here
such a
before I'm
pill.
done. I'll
Yeah.
look
You're
at
such
your
a
photos,
stinker.
But I'm warning you, I drink fast.
Mr. Jameson, I'm biking down 5th. The traffic.
If you want something, you go after it.
But-
Tell me something. Are you a New Yorker or some slack-jawed tourist?
New Yorker?
Then when something's in your path, you yell, "Coming through!" And if something blocks you, go around. New Yorkers always find a way.
Come on, I got
You know why people live in this town?
Why?
The cheap rent, the low cost of living.
Well, none of those things are true.
This godforsaken hellhole is the greatest city ever created.
Debatable. I would never want to live in New York.
Oh, fish!
Ever.
Stop looking for an excuse.
Like when I think of New York City, it's like why
Oh no,
I just
construction ahead. I'll never get it.
Eyes on the prize, Parker.
ugh.
Excuse me, can I come through?
You're a New Yorker.
oh.
Tell them you're coming through. Say, look out, halfwit. These are my
Yeah.
streets.
Look out, half-wit. No, but living in New York seems like just
Right.
a bad idea. It's like
Hey, halfway. No, sorry, excuse me. Almost there. I'll
That's
cut for
funny.
Washington Square Park.
this isn't
I'm a
you,
few
Peter.
steps away from killing this coffee, Parker. You better haul ass.
Oh,
Kid's
dude.
gonna get
Oh.
us killed.
This is a Christian channel, Jameson.
So timid.
Sorry.
Take it easy.
Happens all the time, Parker. Act like you live here.
Be a New Yorker.
I mean, I guess if everyone were like Peter Parker in New York, then it would be a little bit easy
Hey,
Right.
leave him alone.
to like. Don't you think if he were like fighting people like this, they would be like, this guy seems a little different.
Like,
How is he hitting me so hard? Like I feel like that would probably.
right.
Well, and honestly, outside of being at your job, wouldn't you just live in the spider suit? Hello, second viewer.
Hello.
Hey,
We appreciate your patronage.
under your mask. Probably.
Shut up. Just shoot.
That was weird. Did a weird rendering of my live camera view.
At your house.
Yeah.
I did it. And it was fun, even.
There's a knock at the door and
What is
You okay?
going on?
I am. Because
With
you
that guy?
sought to help. Thanks.
Yeah. I had to break up a fight
They roughed
once.
up my bike.
Oh,
too.
really?
That was on the street.
Well,
Yeah, I
get to
was
the Bugle
coming home
my
from
photos.
Roots.
All but one of them are
was
ruined.
it Roots
And
Kid?
no, it was Taylorsville Kid. So I'm on
Oh.
going down Redwood, and I'm almost at 54th, and I look to my right, and
I can do this on foot.
like
have to.
5 kids were fighting. So I like pulled over
I'm a
Yeah.
New Yorker.
and into that little road that's right there, and I got out, and I
Yeah.
yelled at him, and I stopped him, and it was just like, you know, and I don't know. It seems like most people, I think, are kind of like shook up when you're actually like authoritative. So it was easy to be like, hey, stop. Like, and
Yeah.
I obviously did it in a much stronger
Where is he?
voice, and it like stopped it pretty quick. But it was interesting. I mean, that happened in California too, where this guy was taking on a woman and her daughter, and I
Oh, geez.
had to step in.
Yeah.
And like I had Jamie with me, so I had to like, he wanted, you need to use the restroom, and that's where all this was going on. So then I like
Mr.
put
Jameson. Peter Parker.
the bathroom opened up, so I put him in the
have something you're
bathroom, and
gonna
then
wanna
I
put on the front page of the Bugle.
stepped towards him and was like, this is over. Like, we're not
Yeah.
doing this anymore.
Just
And then he starts
follow
yelling
the
at
right
me, and
confidence
as he's
on the
yelling at
outside.
me, they, you know, sneak away, which is
Parker, this is
really
Turner.
what needed to
Your lighting is
happen.
flat, your
Yeah.
composition
And
is
so it's
awful.
like, it's
God knows
just-
why you're shooting on film like some kind
And it
of
was
thief.
frustrating because it's like, I'm not a big guy at all. I'm only 5'7".
Yeah.
But it's like, and there were guys there that had, that were big. I mean, you know, and I guess, you know, we were at the beach, so I guess they had like
Thank you, sir.
beach muscles and
You won't
weren't,
regret it.
you know, they didn't care enough to do anything otherwise. And so it was kind of, that was frustrating to me. It's like,
For like 5 minutes.
you guys pretending seemingly to be more capable were the least capable, because they were like,
Can you tell me
they
how to
were
work
like
this guy?
just saying things under their breath and then just like posturing, and it's like,
You want
Yeah.
yours.
no, this woman and this
What I
girl
can
need you to
tell
step
is
in.
that he
like,
learned to go after what he wanted.
you need to step in
And if one
and do
didn't
something.
work,
And it was,
Find
it's
another
like,
way around.
I was the only one that, and I was the only one who was doing it. It's not like he was quiet. It's not like everyone else didn't know what was going on. And I'm just like, where am I? Like this Utah, this 5'7" Utah guy has to step in and stop this while you, you know, people at the beach can't. So ridiculous.
Set.
Right.
Jump.
Jump.
Hooray. Well, that's
Spidey.
that's pretty nice.
That's a pretty.
See, and that's what makes Peter Parker and Spider-Man kind of like fun, right? Is they actually do that kind of stuff for people. It's like Batman's not stopping to take time to do that.
Yeah.
Like he's, you know, he's got to go punch the Joker in the face.
Right.
But you know, Spider-Man, he's like, yeah, I'll help you get a cool picture. That'd be fun.
You were saying something about a tip you got?
Heard some chatter about the steel foundry in
Right, so
Williamsburg
Black
off the
Cat. So the
radio.
last time we saw her, we found
Sounds like
one of those
Jamestone's there.
artifacts. So that's
Could use your
cool.
help.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
I keep
Glad
getting
you're all
like
right.
drawn in. Whoa, 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 whoa! Calm down, calm
Figured
down.
I owed you one.
Okay.
Both of you.
Climb, run, he can do everything on a building wall.
Yeah.
You can save the explanation. We've both moved on. He's a good one, by the way.
It really is. Well, thanks for the tip. Not sure I'd be able to find Tombstone in time without you. Yeah, thanks.
What's a
Take care of
tombstone?
Those
Yeah, so
rashes
he
will
remember
reach
he
us
was
when we
getting
get
like
the drop
dragged
on the
away
Ta-ta,
from the
spiders.
carnival,
Miles, let me take
and
this
so
one.
that's like
miss
this
your essay
whole
deadline.
underlying story, right?
If
That
it
what's his
leaves
name
there, I'll take
wants
care of it.
Yeah.
to hunt
Spider-Man
people.
can wait.
Mm-hmm.
Miles can't.
All right. Just
And
keep
so
in
he's
touch.
trying to. I
Hopefully
think he's trying to
Shizleep
figure
was
out
right.
what's happening and
Gotta get
why.
to Tombstone before
You know,
the
and now
Kraken
obviously,
takes him off his list too.
what's his name? Harry has symbiote power, so that's gonna mess with everything.
Yeah.
I can try a new suit. I don't want to try a new suit. I like this one because it has a cape. That's what I should do, is get a cape like that and wear it to school.
Yeah, what do you think that was?
Our kids would love it. They would think it was so fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why's
they would.
that?
Just because they're kids and they think stuff like that is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and like honestly, it's more because like students, I think I just have a lot of students that seemingly like me, I guess, and it's like,
Uh-huh.
so I feel like they wouldn't give me, they would maybe give me a hard time, but then they would just like get over it, just be a fun thing that I did.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'm just gonna keep getting all these spiders. And
I mean, what are the spiders gonna do for you?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I think it's just, so it gives me tech parts, which allows me to get like suits and stuff. So it's just like a thing to do, probably.
Pre-rolled ads are on.
Yes. So that's what I changed those ad things so that they wouldn't keep, you know, they wouldn't run so long. So hopefully that doesn't make people leave. We've had 2 different people come, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's good to see.
Good to see.
Our wonderful gameplay, of course. And we're out to, so now
Right.
I have edited videos out to January 29th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we got quite the library accruing.
That's good.
Hopefully it
Get this.
leads to something. I mean, it won't be because we won't have content, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It'll be because we're boring and uninteresting.
I just need to
For
figure
the
out
most
who-
part, yes.
like any
That's
others you
true.
can find. I need all the data I can get.
Nice one, Genki. Got us one step closer.
One step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
This place sure is
What's taking them so long?
Extra precautions. Tombstone is proven challenging.
Right. Stay ready.
Hunt to live.
Live to hunt.
That's a good mantra. We should get that tattooed on ourselves. Until
Need to
then.
clear these rooftops and find a way in. It's lousy with hunters. For me, I'm honored.
Hey, finally finished with my dad. Still no clue where Dr. Connors is. I haven't seen Dad look this stressed in a while.
We'll find Connors. Why don't you call MJ and ask her to go swing by his house?
Yeah, good idea.
I'll meet you back at the Foundation once I'm done here.
What are you up to? Need a hand?
In Williamsburg, at the old steel foundry. Sounds
Yeah,
like
see
they're
now
building
here,
Tombstone here.
that's really
Sounds
gonna be
like a
the
job
thing
for the
is,
Spider Pals.
That is not what we're
That's
calling ourselves.
Well, what do you
Yeah,
and
like,
Spider-Man
because what is Harry gonna do now? Like, he's like,
Spider-Man?
Right.
he's like an unproven commodity, so it's like,
I
but
should go. This place
Yeah.
is
he's
crawling with
obviously
hunters.
gonna want to like be a part of it.
No, do not
Yeah.
come here.
Exactly.
People are deadly. Can't risk
Yeah,
it
you're
getting
gonna want to
hurt.
join in on
Talk
it.
soon.
Yeah. And now he's like, so it's like, what? I mean, that's obvious. That's obvious, right? It's obvious what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now I'm built with all these powers, and like just like him, you know, it's like, well, you're fighting people and doing stuff, so why wouldn't I fight people and do stuff?
Oh, why wouldn't I use this?
Now, you know, maybe the question really should be like, yes, we're gonna get you to that point, but right now this is not the opportunity, because if you like, maybe we need to break you in a little bit first.
Yeah.
That's probably reasonable, but that's not fun.
Right.
Let's see.
And when does your break start? The 22nd.
Yes. So we have so they give us a whole day to do like raids and stuff,
Yeah.
and then without any kids, and then it like starts. So it's like the 22nd is really the start, because I
But
like
your quarter doesn't even end
without
till 2
kids,
weeks
like
after,
without
right?
kids, it's like, yeah. Well, and our quarter actually does end this time.
Smokestack looks like my ticket in.
It does start
Yeah.
at so the 22nd is when grades are due, and so we're not coming back to a quarter like we did last year, which is what I prefer, because it's like that is way giving kids a whole week off and then pretending like it's a part of that same quarter still is like,
Yeah, just making sure. You said the steel foundry, right?
Yeah.
no bueno.
What are you doing?
Guardio.
Get back to
I'm
work.
coming to get
Find
you,
Tombstone.
of
Like
course.
a scorpion.
What do you think I'm gonna do? I'm not just gonna sit. Like, we know this. We absolutely know what I'm gonna do, Spider-Man. Like, we all know I'm coming to fight alongside you. Come on, come on, Pedro.
Peter, play this
Come on, Pedro. You know. You're just being a silly goose.
Mm-hmm. Hey, why they lit up?
Well, and the Batman one was cool too, because they actually like, you could scan,
Yeah.
and the scanning actually like let you see where things were. Oh, did they see
Yeah.
me? They did see me. Haha! Stealth is not worth it.
Oh.
I'm just
Like,
gonna
did you want
fight.
them to see you?
No, I want to do it the right way, but I can't, because
Yeah.
I am not good at this game. Much better at Batman. Just the sad facts. Ooh. Sad facts of my life. I am better at the bat. Just the way it is.
Just the way it is.
Oh, okay. Graphics kind of got in the way of that being cool, but it's alright. I do like his combat though. Spider-Man
Right.
combat is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to watch for sure.
Yeah. Well, and it's true. It's like this is definitely like, for any problems people may have with this game, Spider-Man definitely like, you want to be Spider-Man when you play this game. The problem is like, I would love to just do side quests and get better at it, but the side quests aren't open, so I'm just kind of stuck in limbo, not getting any better, and then, you know, taking a week off like it's just not effective to actually getting good at anything. So it's just not the best ideal. It's just not the best thing to do.
Honestly, kind of hope to start you off with something easier.
And then I constantly forget like what it is that the different buttons that I'm supposed to push to. Because yeah, every enemy has a different like thing that they do to like that you're supposed to accomplish to actually fight them, and it's hard to remember what those are.
It's not all punching bad guys. I've had to make some hard choices too.
Yeah, like how hard to punch the bad guy.
I don't know how you do it actually.
Ah!
'Cause, I mean, that's a lot more advanced kind of like playing.
Well, and that's the thing is it's like that's what makes it like so rewarding, because it's like when you learn how to do it the right way, it's like, man, this is sweet. It's like when I was playing, you know, Batman, I could do 200 combos like in a row. And the thing was, is Spider-Man is a little more forgiving with their combos. So like if you do miss someone, you like miss a punch or something, they don't count it against you. And Batman, they did. So like if you miss a punch or like you don't get to there in time because you know the combo has a time limit, you lose the combo. And so then you're having to like figure out the best way to go about it, and it's like, oh, it was so rewarding. So fun. This can be fun. It's just like I said, it's just hard to. It's just hard to figure. It's just hard to do it without constant practice or consistent practice.
Yeah.
Stay out of the line of fire and thin out these hunters.
You think the suit is bulletproof?
Now is not the time to
Yeah,
find
we
out.
don't want to. Yes, see, this is why we were worried about you, Harry, because you were gonna do stuff like that. Well, let's do infield testing. Not if it's bulletproof or not. That is not the right thing to do.
Yeah.
We need to test that on a later day. I don't even know how would you test that, because it's not like. Oh. It's not like you're able to test that without it like on, because you don't know how to take it off.
Right.
So yeah, because the other part of this is actually moving the camera in sync with your movement. So that's actually the other part too. It's not just pushing buttons.
Yeah. So if he just like coated that guy into stuff, wouldn't that make him the stuff too?
I don't think so. I think Venom can like, it's like his essence is that, but it's like he can leave that without leaving him in it, if that makes sense, because he's a living suit.
Yeah, but
So
why
it's
would he
not
want to do that? Would it stretch him too thin or something?
Eventually, probably, but I think it's like a self-replicating thing, kind of like, think of how like we eat. That's why he has to eat people, because like he needs genetic material to like that's why he eats things.
Yeah.
And that's why eventually Spider-Man is like, nope, this isn't, can't do this.
Yeah.
You know, the interesting thing though is I guess we don't know yet if this symbiote is the symbiote that came from space, or is this a symbiote that was created?
Oh.
Because those are two different kinds of symbiotes.
Oh. I thought the one came from space.
So that's if that's the storyline they went with. So like Spider-Man 3, the Tobey Maguire one, I believe it was made in a lab. The normal one, you know, whatever that means, right? So like the one that originally was the original Venom.
Was the Tom Hardy one from space?
Yeah, the Tom Hardy one is a space
creature,
however you want to
Okay.
do that. And like, so they, at least I think this was, because I'm pretty sure that's like the normal thing, is that the symbiotes were like a race, and then that's what made them so like dangerous. Because if you just like made it in a lab, that kind of takes away the prestige of it, I think.
Yeah,
because it's like, well, it's just man-made, and it's like, well, if it's man-made, then it's man-controlled.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the whole point, is like that they can't control it because it's not man-made. It's a living, breathing own thing. Unlike, because if it's like made in a lab, it's more like AI, and it's like, well, that's not as cool.
Nah, yeah, I mean, I feel like the space angle better, or something supernatural.
Right.
Because if you can do that, then it kind of becomes like The Boys. I don't know tons about it.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
I think they create them, right?
I think so.
Or even like Megamind.
Yeah.
He took the essence. Well, he took the essence of a superhero DNA and then was able to create.
Right.
So that's a
But then in itself, it didn't have its own like living personality. So it's like,
yeah.
whereas that's the difference between Spider-Man, right? It's like Spider-Man, the spider was created in a lab, so then it makes sense that Peter Parker owns the spider powers. Like it's not like they don't own him, and that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
And so it's like, yeah, because that's like the danger of it, right? Is that the symbiotes are not controllable, or at least there's two entities fighting for control, and that's what maybe makes Venom different, especially the Tom Hardy Venom, because they're actually friends who are working together for good, even if he does literally have to eat criminals to sustain himself.
How heavy is that stuff if he could punch a 38-ton?
I know.
Come on.
I know. I guess he's really tired. I'm so tired.
Right.
You know, and that's the thing, is if the symbiote is what we think it is, he's sapping Harry's strength. So like, yeah, it gives him powers, but like after a while there's a curve, and that curve starts going downhill real fast. Not good. You know, and he's it's a body. He's a human.
Spider-Man round.
Yeah. He's a human body, so like he doesn't know how to like maintain it or keep it going.
Is he from the Hunter guy? The Crave?
Yeah. Yeah, these are all Craven minions, if you will.
Goons. Isn't that a cereal?
Craven?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or it was a cereal. Or Crave. I think it's just Crave with K.
Glad you're all right.
Either way, it's good. I like the name. Craven, I think, is pretty cool.
Yeah. What would you name your child that?
Oh, yeah. Super cool. That would be an awesome name. He'd have to be a USC fighter, though. You know? Like, you were bred for this. I'm only 5'3". I don't care.
Or a food critic.
That is bad. Me and Brittany were talking about sports on the way home yesterday. And I was like, I could be a critic. That sport is bad. Like, yes.
What is that off of?
It's The Office.
Oh,
It's
okay,
when
yeah.
Andy's like, I could be a food critic. This food is bad. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty much. Because that's really what we think, right? When we think of like a critic, is we just think of like the most basic parts of it. But, you know, I don't know. Lots of YouTubers make their money being that, and like, I mean, they're better at it than just being like, this is bad.
Yeah.
But it's like, that is kind of like what it seems like it started as.
Yeah.
I don't like this film, and then they say something controversial, and now they're making tons of money on YouTube. Hey, that's exactly what we want.
I know.
We just need to be controversial, I guess.
I mean, that's true. I mean,
Like, honestly, right? That's really what we have to do.
But I mean,
if we want it to go like fast, that's what we have to do. I think what we are doing can lead us to what we want. It'll just take a long time, or longer. Yeah, it'll just take longer than like, because like we could review movies and just be like obnoxious and all that kind of stuff, and like that wouldn't take long. Not if you like were consistent at it, because the people I see online, it's like they're just schmucks like me. They're not high production value. They just, you know, some of them get better at it, but it's like,
yeah, why do people watch them?
I think that's one of the reasons, is that, and the other people like the Game Grumps. I think they took a while to get like notoriety, and they just kept at it.
Yeah,
you know, it's like we have over 100 videos on our channel. Just we need people to pick up on it. You know, Tyler doing the shorts is gonna help a lot.
Yeah. Did the shorts, they gain as much traction as the other ones?
I mean, they get more views. They usually average about 50 to 70 views. We have the one that has over 1,000.
So you're saying we should just do short?
Yeah, well, in short, we just got to do both, right? We got to have content. We honestly should do TikTok as well.
Yeah.
It's like because that's the thing too, is like this isn't our full-time jobs. If it were, we probably could be successful if we really took the risk and like, okay, this is what we do, and we're gonna stream every day. We're gonna you know, for a couple hours every day, and
every
then
day and play every day.
you know,
Man, that's
well,
a
at
lot.
least record.
Yeah.
Record every day at least. Maybe we don't have to stream every day,
right
but we record and then put things up, and then we put up what we recorded, and you know, just kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And you
That
know,
would probably be more like a podcast type of thing. Huh?